If you're walking down the right path and you're willing to keep walking, eventually you'll make progress. We don't ask you to believe in our ability to bring change. Rather, we ask you to believe in yours. It's important to make sure that we're talking with each other in a way that heals, not in a way that wounds. Focusing your life solely on making a buck shows a poverty of ambition. It asks too little of yourself, and it will leave you unfulfilled. Nothing can stand in the way of the power of millions of voices calling for change. The worst thing that colonialism did was to cloud our view of our past. Our stories may be singular, but our destination is shared. You can't let your failures define you. You have to let your failures teach you. While we breathe, we will hope. Where you are right now doesn't have to determine where you'll end up. Someone once said that every man is trying to live up to his father's expectations or make up for their father's mistakes. A nation that can't control its energy sources can't control its future. We may not be able to stop evil in the world, but how we treat one another is entirely up to us. I think, perhaps education doesn't do us much good unless it is mixed with sweat. Change is never easy, but always possible. I wish the country had fewer lawyers and more engineers. It's only when you hitch your wagon to something larger than yourself that you realize your true potential. There is no excuse for not trying. I'd met my share of highly credentialed, high IQ morons. For we know that our patchwork heritage is a strength, not a weakness. The best anti-poverty program is a world-class education. This shit would be really interesting if we weren't in the middle of it. A nation ringed by walls will only imprison itself. Words do inspire. If the people cannot trust their government to do the job for which it exists, to protect them, and to promote their common welfare, all else is lost. Look at yourself before you pass judgment. Don't make someone else clean up your mess. How could we judge other men until we had stood in their shoes? God sees the world through the eyes of those most oppressed. When I was a kid, I inhaled frequently. That was the point. I'm an old-fashioned guy. I believe in the Enlightenment and reason and logic and, facts. Our values call upon us to care about the lives of people we will never meet. In the end, that's what this election is about. Do we participate in a politics of cynicism or a politics of hope? A healthy dose of guilt never hurt anybody. It's what civilization was built on, guilt. A highly underrated emotion. What makes a man is not the ability to have a child, but having the courage to raise one. Whatever you do won't be enough, I heard their voices say. Try anyway. My heart is filled with love for this country. You have the ability and gifts to do whatever you want. It is your turn now to change the world. Yes, we can. This victory alone is not the change we seek. It is only the chance for us to make that change. Beneath the layers of hurt, beneath the ragged laughter, I heard a willingness to endure. Endure and make music that wasn't there before. Scientists and engineers ought to stand side by side, with athletes and entertainers as role models. Change won't come from the top, change will come from mobilized grassroots. There's no such thing as a vote that doesn't matter. Don't let your failures define you. Although the principle of equality has always been self-evident, it has never been self-executing. It's in the misery of some unnamed slum that the next killer virus will emerge. Religious freedom doesn't mean you can force others to live by your own beliefs. It was as if he had come to mistrust words somehow. Words, and the sentiments words carried. Reading is important. If you know how to read, then the whole world opens up to you.